out, and nice little look there. So let's go ahead and get our frame or our foundation updated. Finish coloring these other things. And then get our door, mark our roof. Now you'll notice whole top part is colored. So what we can do in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and take these though really quick. Turn off shading and go back to my wireframe. Oh, there we go. There we go. Grab the frame. Yep. It's supposed to group everything together. But sometimes when you copy and paste, for some reason that group is broken. It's not supposed to, but it is something to check for. So now I've got my two windows here in the front. So from this, I'm looking at my roof and I'm going, well, gee, that looks a little funny because it's all one color. I still really would like that to be the same listing as the house separate from the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to create a wedge. And I'm going to start it here. Go to here. Oh, see, what you'll notice is I put it on the wrong face. So let's try this again. I'm going to wedge. If that doesn't keep working, we can try other positions. Again, still giving me that face issue. So I'm actually going to need to move the roof and do my wedge under here. We want it to come from this direction, so the wedge raises. So your first point determines where that wedge position goes. So I'm going to do, oh, not that. So that was the snap doing that. So what happens is you may think you have it in the position that you want, but then your snap can still catch something and all of a sudden your wedge is not going the way you want it. So I'm going to turn snap off there. So that's just F3 really quick, or F4 if you're using 3D. But then my space bar, you hit that and it does it again. So it's best to come in and just type your numbers if you know what you want. But in this case, I'm just going to set it at 15. And then I'm going to drop my roof here, back on top of it. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it down so it lines up with that. So 13 is where we left that at. And I'm going to mirror that until I get the proper direction. There we go. Don't want to erase the source. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to stretch them out here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to take these and I'm going to copy them. Drop it over here and do the union, because I'm going to want this later on. So now, taking this, I'm just going to drag them out. And then drag them out again. And I'm going to subtract. So I want to subtract. I want to keep this primary part, and I want these to come out. No line, no missing in the middle, so now that is a separate part. And now I have the house portion of my roof that I can just come and drop back in here. Okay. So now have that, and we are going to take a look here at our overall image. So see in the house, we have that nice effect. Later on, once we get into things get into lighting, we can get a nice reflection off the glass, but still have it be transparent. But it can give that reflection look that we want with that transparency. Have our roof, and pretty basic setup overall. So that's a good beginning there. Like I said, this is very simple, and we're looking at a square here. Once you get into larger objects, you can then take your basic box build using the same idea. You can build another secondary box part off the front here and create like a little pop out area. So you could change this to be another door and get rid of this window, or have it be like a double door, or get rid of the door and just have it open completely. And you could have a walk-in area over here. But for now, basic house. Very basic, but we have a house. And then most game design is going to do something where you take this house, and much like real life, when you go and buy yourself a pre-built home area, you just copy and paste. And want a line. So if we want to get detailed, we can come in here and give ourselves, let's say, 200. It looks so I'm going to go ahead and change the length of this line. Right now, 200. So I want that to change to 100. Not letting us. So let's go in here. And the calculator is not allowing us to change it. So let's click the line. And now we should be able to change it. So 100. And that seems like a decent length. So we want that just to click onto the end of our line, but part of the problem is you can see it's trying to click to the middle of that house. You need to find the actual end of the line, or you're not going to get your spacing right. Something else you can do is you can come in here, copy. So Control C doesn't work with this. And then you have your ortho, and it has this going down. And you can go, okay, I want this to be 100. Interesting. So now we have two closer together, but let's try that again. Let's get the proper line here. How long is our house? It was 40. If we type distance, you can come in and double check, as well as selecting on. So it's 70 by 40. So I'm actually going to copy, and now I want to add in the length of the house. So it's more than just the 100, it's the 170. And now we have that proper length. And you can do this again, and this will be 340. And just with typical math, you can have that go up by that every time. But you get yourself a nice little block here. So the other thing you can do is you can also array, which would be an even faster method. And going to set it on a path. So let's select this. Select that though. Sorry. Let's go to top view. And I want polar. I want my base point to be the corner of this house. And now I have a circle. That is not what I wanted. So Control Z out of that. There, to back that up. So I'm going to just need to create a line here. Draw that line out. And let's say 700. Let's bump that out to 1,000. So, wrong direction. And let's try this array again. I want this to be on a path. You just use the down arrow. You can also type PA. Oftentimes it's just faster to use the down arrow. I'm going to select my path. And now I have my homes. Now, got these things down here, and we can go and add rows, level, add to the Z direction to add height. But right now, let's see. Let's go ahead and just leave that here and exit. So now we have our little neighborhood. It's all close together. And if you want, you can go ahead and it's all grouped together. You explode it out. So you hit X and you explode it out, and now you have all your own individual homes. And you can go in, and while you're setting up your array, you can select how many you actually want. But I just want to go ahead and delete every other one and give that nice little yard effect. So space in between. So now I'm on a road. So on this road, I'm going to say this road is 200. And I want to put houses on the other side of the road. We're just going to mirror it over. And now you have your nice little street of homes. So what I can do is I can take a box and bring this on down. And we'll drop it, let's just say 10. So now we have that street down there. Well, I want more than just a street. Our houses need a little bit of sidewalk. So we're going to take this and I'm going to drop it